moving into our three-dimensional unit. And three-dimensional means prisms, cylinders, different types of prisms. Triangular prisms, rectangular prisms. A cylinder is like a circle prism. And we're going to do volume and surface area of three-dimensional figures. Your learning target today, you can calculate the volume of prisms, not cylinders. Cylinders is tomorrow. But today you can do the volume of cylinders. The formula you get is volume equals BH. The area of the base times the height. Big B is area of the base. Some kids need to know, how do you know which part is the base? Especially when you have a bunch of different things and it's tilted weird. The base can, as long as you are using like parallel sides or faces is what they're called, anything can be the base. What I pick as a base might be different than what you pick as a base. But bases, so write that vocab word, a base is parallel faces. So like here, this base, if I use that as a base, then that's a parallel face. You don't have to do the coloring in, I'm just giving you a visual. A lot of kids think the bottom is the base. Sure, it sure can be. So you could think down here is the base, and then it's parallel with what's up there. You could also do the front as the base. If you use the front as the base, then what's the parallel side? The back. So the base is anything that has parallel sides. Okay? So, what your strategy here, you calculate the area of the base and then times it by the height, which connects the parallel faces. All right, first, rectangular prism. I know it needs to be BH, so I have to figure out what my area of the base is. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom as my base, since most kids like that. So if you can envision that down here, this is a rectangle. Can you envision that? What is the area of this rectangle? 6 times 4. So big B is 6 times 4, which is 24. The height of my prism is what connects my two faces or base. So my height is right here. What's my height? 2. So my volume is 24 times 2. 48. Now this is where you do cubic centimeters. Cubic because it's three-dimensional. You have a length, you have a width, you have a height. So again, it wouldn't matter what you chose for base on a rectangular prism because there's lots of parallel faces. What would change with what you chose would be the height. Here it matters. The only thing parallel on this one is the triangular faces. So that is the base. Notice that the sides, there's nothing that is parallel. Do you see that? They all just kind of meet together. So that is not, my big B is my triangle. So here big B, well since it's a triangle, I have to go base times height divided by 2. So what's the base of my triangle? 4. What's the height of my triangle? Divided by 2. Okay, so 4 times 1.5, divide that by 2 is 3. Now my H, so that just gave me this. That gave me that area. Now I need to go all the way to the top. So my height connects my bases, that's 6. So then my volume is 3 times 6, 18 cubic meters. You see that strategy? The biggest thing is I calculate big B first. Big B means area of the base. And if it gets tricky with triangles, because sometimes kids think the 6 is the height, or sometimes they think the 1.5 is the height of the prism. The height of the prism is whatever connects the two faces. So I need to get to the other parallel face. This then would be the height. All right, next one. Hey, another triangular prism. Love them. So, volume is big BH. How do you figure out big B? Big B is a triangle. So I'm just kind of outlining my triangle because that's what I need to look at. So what's the base of my triangle? 9. Height of my triangle? Divided by 2. What's that, 18? So that's big B. I kind of like saying that, big B. Now my H connects my two parallel faces, my base. So what connects it to the other triangle? That's an 8.1, blurry, but it's an 8.1. And then you times them together. So I'm going to go 18 times 8.1 is 145.8 cubic centimeters. And lastly, we will end with another rectangular prism. So we go easy, a little more difficult with the triangles, and then we go to we end it nice and easier strategy. Big B, area of the base. Now you could do anything again. I'm just going to use what kids typically use. So what is the area of this rectangle on the bottom? Yep, and so we got that's 7, and then this is 4. So 7 times 4 is 28. And then height connects the two parallel bases. So I'm using the bottom as the base. So my height connects me to the top, which is 10. Then my volume is 28 times 10, 280 cubic centimeters.